Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. We just received some breaking news in regards to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. As we all know, we're all patiently waiting for a huge patch update that should be dropping sometime this month in December. We just received the full details. We're going to go ahead and break everything down in this one video here. So without further ado, make sure to drop a like, turn on post notifications, and let's hop straight into it. So first and foremost, this is the Japanese Sparking Zero website. I went ahead and translated everything, so it's not going to be 100% accurate, but we're working with what we got. It's good for now. The free update will be released tomorrow, Thursday, December 12th at 17 o'clock JST. So if we do the time zones, the conversions, that should be around 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's been said that the maintenance is going to be around 2 hours. Again, 17 o'clock to 19 o'clock JST. So Pacific Standard Time should be 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Just know that's going to be extremely early tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. The patch update version should be 2006.005.003.004.003. Now this was actually confirmed about a week ago because there was this Bandai Namco manga convention center event over in Barcelona, and there's this playable Sparking Zero demo. They actually had the newest patch already installed, but then they found out that it wasn't supposed to be out yet, so they reverted back to the previous patch. But here we have images confirming all of that. So again, this is the version patch. And you guys remember that survey that we took about a month ago? Yeah, they definitely took that extremely serious, which is something that I appreciate. You know, not just the quality of life update, you know, in regards to the character model adjustments, but they're going to be adding battle mechanic adjustments, character balances, all that good stuff. So first one will be the game mode changes and adjustments match. All stages can now be selected in 1 player versus 2 players, something that we all wanted ever since the official release of Sparking Zero. So once again, going back to the images, we have confirmation of the World Tournament stage being played under the offline local split screen, and it's going to be all 12 maps once again with the different variations. So the World Tournament crowdless stage with the crowd, rocky areas, noon, evening, night. We even have gameplay. Massive thanks to Sparking Zero for sharing. So let's go ahead and play this volume up to the max. I don't think we have volume in the background, but that's totally fine. Goku versus Vegeta in the Wastelands. Hey, and then we have this transition over to the Tournament of Power. It's so cool. Now we get to recreate all the epic anime fights. And the third stage right there, for an example, is the Supreme Kai World. Dude, recreating all the key clashes. I'm glad that this is happening. This is a huge patch. Sparking Zero is finally playable. It's finally here. It officially released, technically. I know that's just a joke. Moving forward, the changes and adjustments to functions. Battle setup added the ability to switch character display methods. So I think this is referring to the character roster. I know a lot of people wanted this when the game first released as well, something similar to Budokai Tenkaichi, where the roster character select screen is a bit more organized. So here we have the layout organized through the sagas, Goku, Piccolo, Raditz, and then the Saiyan arrival, you know, Scouter, Vegeta, Nappa, with the other characters, so Kid Gohan, Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, Chatsu, Saiyaman. And then moving up to the Planet Namek saga with Mid Goku, the Planet Namek characters up to Frieza, Neo, and then, you know, the early Android saga with Mid Vegeta, Future Trunks, Metal Frieza, King Cold, Android 19, so on and so forth, or Android, yeah, that's Android 19. So you guys probably noticed that the transformations aren't here up on the screen. That's because we click on the character, so Frieza, for example, and then an additional menu will pop up. Again, something similar to Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3. I believe Budokai Tenkaichi 1, we hover over the character and then we just scroll up or down, pick the transformation / fusion. Yeah, so it's going to be more akin to BT2 and 3, where we click on the character, then a separate menu will appear. So we're going to have both options. You can see this filter down here, bottom of the screen. So if you like the classic Sparking Zero roster with every single transformation, then go ahead and feel free to use that. But if you like the original style, you know, the roster is a bit more organized through the sagas, then turn on the filter and then we'll see this extremely epic roster on screen, right? Moving forward, added the ability to customize team members' settings. Don't exactly know what this is referring to. I do know right now, currently, when we pick a team of 5, so far we can only switch the character placements. So if we want like Goku first instead of Vegeta being first, I think there's just going to be additional settings. Not entirely sure. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about that. Again, the patch update is going to be dropping tomorrow morning, so we'll know relatively soon. Ranked match / player match. Added the ability to skip the animation that appears at the start of the battle. So this is referring to the intros. When we start a match, we can now skip the intros. However, both players must operate the game. So let's say if I press the skip button, it won't work until the opponent also presses the skip button. So you both have to be in sync, if you will. Then we'll skip the intro, which is great because after playing a certain amount of times of online matches, I know who's the fastest character. You don't have to say that anymore. We know you're the strongest overpowered character. I just want to skip the intro, jump straight into the fight, right? So this is a very cool small update that's doing. Now this one is in regards to the player match. Added the ability to choose whether team members are public or private when forming a team. Oh, I get it. So let's say if you decide to go in with 2, 3, 4 additional characters, I guess the only visible character will be the first character, right? But you have the option to choose whether it will be public or private, just for your opponent doesn't necessarily know who we have. So it's going to be a surprise when we eventually do switch into the characters in battle. I think that's what that's referring to. Correct me down below if I'm wrong. The custom battle edit mode added alphabetical sorting to text sorting. All right. The option added the ability to change the camera focus during battle to a closer distance. Oh, I know a lot of players wanted this one as well. So going back to BT3, if we go to the options, I think we have about 3 different camera settings. So default mode, it's kind of zoomed up, extremely close. But you can, move the camera a notch back or even further back, to get a more area points of view of the stage, of the 2 characters, of the battle, of what's going on. So that's, yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool for Sparking Zero. Nice. Some camera adjustments there. Battle system changes and adjustments. All right, this should be interesting. As we all know, I'm not a competitive player, so I might not know what some of this stuff means or it's referring to. But we have the high-speed Dragon Dash, a new action. Whoa, so we already have about like 3 different dashes in the game already. PlayStation 5, press and hold R2 plus X for Xbox Series X and S. Press and hold RT and A to add the action high-speed Dragon Dash, which moves towards the opponent at high speed. Not going to lie, but this sounds like it's already in the game. Smash fighting. The opponent will no longer flinch when hit by a rush energy blast while charging a smash melee attack. When charging a smash melee attack during a rush melee attack, the amount that the charge time is reduced based on the number of hits has been increased. Oh, so it's going to be a bit longer in terms of the smash animation, right? Rush blast. The time it takes to fire the next shot after the maximum number of shots set for each character has been increased. I think that's just, again, Google translation. It's not going to be 100% accurate. So the time limit after completing the entire set of key blast attacks or the charge one, it's just going to take a bit longer to throw out the next rotation of key blast attacks, right? Rush bullet repelling. It is now possible to transition from deflecting energy spheres while stationary to deflecting energy spheres while moving. Interesting. Steps. Improve the state where you will be immune to some attacks immediately after starting the step. So more iframes, I guess. Rush energy blasts and smash energy blasts can now also be avoided. Oh, so, just during combat, a lot of the things now easier to avoid, specifically the energy blast and smash energy blast. Z burst dash, increased consumption upon activation. So it's going to be consuming a bit more of your resources. So in this case, more of your key, right? Burst smash. No energy consumption when activated, but energy is consumed according to the distance while moving. Ooh, interesting. So now we have to be a bit more strategic, in terms of the movement, dashing forward or whatnot. It will be consuming ki that way. I like that. Blast, increased damage increase when using boost. All right. Z-Search. Z-Search will no longer miss when switching characters. When Z-Search misses, the opponent... It says Z-Search will no longer miss when switching characters. And then it says, when Z-Search misses... That's funny. The opponent will now be captured in a short amount of time if they are in front of your field of vision. Z-Search, is that the lock-on system? Because I know that that's not necessarily the greatest now. Moving forward, Z-Counter, the input time has been reduced. Oh, the Vanish Wars. Wait, Z-Counter is the snap vanishes, right? Oh, so the window to press the inputs to get the snap vanish, that's been reduced, so it's going to be a bit harder to time. Oh, so that's their way of fixing the snap vanish wars. I know a lot of people have been suggesting that it will be a bit proper, I guess you could say, to just increase the speed after each snap vanish, which would be kind of cool to see. But hey, reducing the window frame, I guess that will work, but once players get that down, it's probably just going to be back to snap vanish wars, right? At least that's how I feel. Change the design so that when the Z counter is used repeatedly, here it is, it gradually becomes more difficult to input. Oh, that's a plus. A lot of players are now happy just because of this one patch note update. Wow. Change the design so that when the Z counter is used repeatedly, which usually happens, it gradually becomes more difficult to input. Dude! So with each snap vanish, the window frame to press the input slightly reduces. Dang. Yeah, they definitely listen to the feedback. That's so cool. Again, I'm not a competitive player, but even I'm happy about this one. Increase the amount of energy consumed when a Z counter is successful. Yay! They even increased the ki consumption. Whoa! Decrease the amount of skill stock increase when a Z counter is successful. It's getting better and better because with this Vanish Wars, we get skill count like crazy. It's like basically free skill count. A lot of people always try to lead towards the Vanish Wars just to get skill count. It's just so free that way. Especially if, you're one of the characters that utilize, the Blast 1 techniques a lot, but they decrease the amount gained, which is top tier. Revenge Counter, they also made some changes to this. So this is, of course, the combo breaker. You press the analog stick downward, and it will consume 2 skill count, right? When using Predict against a Revenge Counter, the skill stock consumption has been reduced from 2 to 1. Oh, so when you Super Perception a Revenge Counter, so let's say you're attacking the opponent, they Revenge Counter, and you Super Perception that, how you catch their punch, that will now consume only 1 skill count. Interesting. Rush Fighting during Sparking. Alright, so this is when you activate Sparking mode. The gradual damage reduction when hitting multiple times has been adjusted to provide a larger reduction. So it's going to be melting the opponent's health bar even more. The gradual damage reduction. Alright, so I think the longer you prolong the combo string, it's going to slightly do less damage, right? Which is kind of what it is in traditional 2D fighting games. The longer or stronger the combo, the less damage it'll start doing. Is that what that's referring to? Maybe. It has been made possible to interrupt the final attack of a combo's air combo, air slash combo, etc. with a guard. Substitution. Reduce the amount of health recovered by reserved characters. So this might be referring to when you switch out a character, how they're regenerating health in the backgrounds. I think that's going to be reduced a little bit. Z Burst Dash. Giant characters. So this is in regards to giant characters. Z Burst Dash tackles by giant characters can now be guarded against. Oh, yep. Yep, the giant... Wait, what's the giant name? The robot? The Doctor, I low-key forgot his name, but, you know, a lot of characters would like to spam that dash move with that specific character, so we can simply just guard the attack now. So that's cool. That's a good nerf for the Giants. Moving forward to these skill adjustments and changes, all skills that instantly enter sparking mode, so this is referring to the Blast 1 abilities, extremely overpowered, increased skill stock consumption. All right, so this is something that we previously went over as well. Bardock, for example, is a Shockwave of Rebellion. Currently, it consumes 4 skill count. After the patch update drops, it will consume 5 skill counts. We have all the other characters as well. Ultra Instinct Sign Goku with You Will Never Beat Me. Again, currently it consumes 2. After the patch update, it will consume 4. Super Saiyan 4 Goku doesn't have an Insta Spark. Ultra or Master Ultra Instinct Goku, that attack is called No Backing Down. Yeah, you guys get the idea. Every single Insta Spark will now consume an additional skill count, which is great because, yeah, that's a very overpowered move that everybody usually uses. Kefla, Broly, full power Jiren, UI Gokus, right? General skills that increase status, reduced skill stock consumption. All right, so going back to Bardock, Saiyan Spirit, for example. Currently, Bardock will utilize 3 skill counts, so that's been reduced to 2 skill counts. Again, not entirely sure for the entire roster if every single character with a power buff status like Saiyan Spirit will be now costing 2. I'm assuming so. So, you know, some characters will be receiving nerfs and buffs at the same time. Multiple After Image Fist. Oh my gosh, wait, are they really going to nerf After Image Strike? If that's what this is referring to, because again, this is a rough English translation. The effect duration has been reduced to 10 seconds. Yep. Currently, it's about 15 seconds, so shaving off an additional 5, that's a plus. And it will be cancelled if the character is identified during the time. What does that mean? If the opponent gets hit by a Ki Blast? Ooh! Wait, now I'm just probably getting my hopes too high up. Let me know your best guesses what that means, a character being identified. So when the character gets identified, you know, After Image Strike will cancel itself out, right? Endurance, change skill stock consumption from 1 to 2. So all the endurance abilities, defeat in 5 seconds. Is this Super Saiyan 4 Goku's Blast 1 ability? You know, the all I need is 5 seconds to defeat you? Could be. Skill stock consumption changed from 3 to 2, so that's a good buff. And increase in status when used. Oh, they also increased the abilities from this Blast 1. Again, if this is in regards to Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which I think so. Stardust Barrier. It can now be activated even while receiving a frontal melee attack. So while being attacked, you can activate this barrier. This is Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta's ability. Nice, and you know, very cool update for that character. Blast adjustments and changes. Long distance blast and ultimate blast in general, speed reduced. Oh, so they're not going to be flying towards the opponent as fast anymore. Interesting. Super Vegito Final Kamehameha. Increased energy consumption and damage dealt. Wow. So, kind of a buff and a nerf at the same time. It's going to be costing additional more ki. However, it will be worth it because the damage will increase even more. Goku Mini from Daima. Quick Rush. You can now control the trajectory while charging. Alright, so some characters, rush attacks, you just fly in a straight line. You can't necessarily move around, you know, fly behind the opponent. Now that's been updated for Quick Rush, apparently. Hercule's Present Bomb. Increased stiffness time after activation. So it seems like recovering from the animation might be a bit longer. Not sure. Character adjustments and changes. Android 19 and Dr. Gero. This is going to be good. The amount of stamina and energy absorbed when the throw is successful has been changed. Oh, for the greater or for the worse, though? Dragon Dash, Rapid Ascents, and Rapid Descents now consume energy. Yep, because they had an infinite source of energy. Yeah, I know a lot of players used or played as Android 19 or Dr. Gero during the dramatic tournament Sparking Zero event. So yeah, they're now aware of all of that. So yeah, some changes definitely had to be made. Cell's second form. Throw escape is possible, so you can escape from Cell's second form's throw. Cooler, increase the amount of stamina recovered when transforming. Oh, so he's going to be getting some additional stamina. Wait, stamina? We don't have stamina. We only have a health, key gauge, and skill counts gauge. What does increase the amount of stamina recovered mean? Giant characters, increase the time it takes to charge up smash attacks and reduce their power. Alright, so going back to the other giant character, in regards to Z Burst Dash, we can guard that. Plus with this nerf over here, increase the time it takes to charge up and they reduce their power. So that's great again. Uzaru Vegeta and Dr. Wheelo reduced maximum health. Oh, they're going to be starting the match with a lot less health, I'm assuming. And there's going to be others, improved usability and operational stability. This update is required for online play. An internet connection is required to apply the update. We hope you enjoyed Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Thank you very much. I think so far, on paper, this is going to be a great patch update. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys are looking forward to the most. I'm more of a casual offline player, so all stages under 1 player versus 2 players is going to be great. The quality of life changes as well. You know, going back over here, they didn't necessarily mention it, but we do have, you know, some model updates as well. They updated Super Gogeta. His skin tone is a bit lighter and his hair a bit more fluffier. Looking forward to all the other character changements. This is it for today's video. Thank you guys for the immense support, and I'll see you guys in the next Sparking Zero video. Thanks for watching. Peace!